And good afternoon. We're 7 minutes into the 6 o'clock hour this afternoon. Now, we don't have warnings, but it is raining beyond all measure at this point. If you're to the west of Meridian, you're catching it. We're starting now to show showers along I-20 and Lauderdale County. The further west you go and just north of Newton, Highway 15, as you go up into this, it's more extreme rain. We're going to look at that here in just a moment. We're at that point, although the National Weather Service is not issued warnings, it is still bad, and we need to do an update on this whenever it's this serious of rain, and it's there. If you're traveling anywhere in Newton and Neshoba counties into southern southwestern Winston County, be careful. If there's any way you can wait this out a few moments, do so. I also spoke with Rodney Wing just a few moments ago. They're deciding on the race. It'll break here in just a little bit, but they're putting a pause, I think, in between racing right now to let that kind of pass over. Nothing hard in that eastern side of the county, but it did get wet there for a moment. People in the bleachers were getting a little damp there. We all know how that is. All right, let's go to radar and take a look at what we have to show this afternoon. As we pull Meridian Honda radar up, this is what we got. We'll start here in Lauderdale County. We'll go west from there and take a look at all of this. Now, Clark County, as you see, is getting a break now. Well, it wasn't what it was about 45 minutes ago. All of this area was catching it. As we turn on locations, let's start at Lauderdale and work our way over here. Now, out by the Boy Scouts, this will be just to the north, just to the north of northwest of the racetrack here out at Wynot. We've got a little bit of showers there. As we go here, Girl Scouts getting a lot of rain. The further west you go, the heavier this is going to go, though. As we see raining hard at the carousel, all out on 8th Street there at MCC, if you're in that area. And this goes northward up to right here. This is going to be Northcrest Baptist Church. A power outage in the West Lauderdale area is where I'm sitting now. Let's look at what's going on with that. I know we had a power outage earlier today, and several people without power. Let's see what just happened. We do have some folks out of power right now. Let's go to the map, take a look at what we're looking at. Let's pull this up. Mine is back up and running again. We went to generator, and it was a bleak, quick second there where the internet wanted to throw a little hissy fit. We got roughly 141 customers out of power here. Let's zoom in on this. This is going to be south of town. Let's get a zero. We got 70 people in the zero community without power here. If you're down there watching at this point, or south of me, you're without power. Also, as we see here, Causeyville Road here at the Long Creek area, as we zoom in on this area there, Causeyville Road, all along in here, we'll see that right there. If you live in these portions of Lauderdale County, you're without power right now. Now let's back out and make sure we don't have anything in other counties above us, and we don't. And as we look at the list here, only showing Lauderdale County now without power, 141 people. I'm sure that they're dispatching people now to that southeastern portion of the county to get that back on. Now, let's go back to radar. Let's see here. Doesn't go. I always lose power in Lauderdale when it's bad, Morgan said. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Generators are great. That's all I can say about them. As we go back to this radar, we were talking about where it was in Lauderdale County here in the western side as we pulled the Meridian Honda radar back up. This area from, well, basically, let's just go down to where structural steel is, and we'll follow this Highway 1180 right by the airport. This is going to go north right up through Highland Park, past MCC, up to Meridian High School, and then it's north. We go right across where all of that area on North Hill Street. And this will make it almost all the way to Highway 39. Doesn't quite make it. We'll put that at the fire station there. And as we look at this, it comes out Highway 493 pretty heavily there, out where Last Chance Tobacco is. Those areas. As we look at this western side, this is not going to make it all the way to the county line, but makes it roughly to Meehan, right there at the Volunteer Fire Department. Heavy rain still occurring out here at Lost Gap at the prison. Not the place to be, is it? But it's raining hard there. Now, as we go out here to West Lauderdale, this is what we've got. And this is moving from Newton County across here, and our friends in Kemper County are going to get wet here in a moment. Now, again, let me remind you, there are no warnings at this point. Doesn't change what we're getting, does it? I can hear it, as they say, cutting a rug pretty heavy here above me on the ceiling. We've got it here at Oak Tibby. pretty heavy here. The rain moving northeasterly about this. Now, after you go past the four-way stop there, past the pig, and you get here to the county line, heavier. Starting to show the rain there at West Lauderdale High School. Light rain out by the elementary. But as we go into here, this area here across Newton County, and I have gotten numerous videos over the last 15, 20 minutes out of Newton County that literally passengers were videoing while they were riding, and you couldn't see. I've gotten several outside the windows there where it was just dumping rain. And this is what's moved through Newton. Decatur's still getting a good rain. But as you get about right here, Little Rock, it gets heavier. As we go into Neshoba County, if you follow this Highway 19 there at House, this will be right down here where Talbert is. This is Highway 491 that will run all the way up to Highway 16 there. Pouring. And this goes almost all the way to Neshoba Central. This should, somewhere right around where Mike Skinner's place is. It'll come into about right there. The heavy rain, and then all the way back past Cleveland. Doesn't quite make it into DeKalb, but heavy rain. As we look at this in the northern portion of Neshoba County, all there at the Coliseum, northward up through Burnside, out here at Arlington, y'all are getting a lot of rain. And as we look at this tip end here, right there, we got a lot of rain occurring in Winston County at Shiloh Baptist Church, if you live in that neighborhood, or over here at J&S. Look at this down Highway 25 here, the rain that is. And this will make its way to Lake Teocata here in a moment, so be prepared. As we come back across and look at this, boy, Eddie and the gang are getting a lot of rain out at Cyples Mills. They're at Preston and Linville at the church. Look at that. Now, we've got a lot at Sugarlock as well as we go just a little north of here. And we get into Noxubee County, just north of the hospital, on up by Kentucky Fried Chicken. As you go on in the northern portion of the county, as you get near Crawford, those areas are going to have a lot of rain. And Aliceville, Alabama as well, moving out of Noxubee County into the Alabama side. Now let's move this back. Light showers at Scuba, nothing serious. We are starting to show showers there at Damascus. If you're in that neighborhood in Damascus, pouring pretty good. Scooter says north of the reservoir, we're getting pretty rough at this point. Donna Sims, how are you? Glad to see you. Morgan there, picking up sprinkling in the Lauderdale area. Flooding on 491 north from Highway 19. That would be right there in Neshoba County. Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate that. Let's see, what did we have mentioned? Charlotte says flooding. Let's see here. Windy in DeKalb and thundering, starting to rain there. And Brian, you're right. Gardens do love all this stuff, don't they? About 30 minutes ago, couldn't see anything in Decatur. And this is what moved through the Decatur area. All of this stuff here, as it went through, this is what's making its way through this edge of Lauderdale County and Kemper County, moving swiftly across here. The coal plant, those areas, y'all will get your rain here in a little bit, and then on across it. But our friends up in Preston, y'all are getting your fair share now. Again, as we back out this, let's turn this off and look at this. And this whole storm, let's put this in motion to where you can see what is happening with this. You see how all this is moving to the east toward Alabama? Anything that is down in this area here will make its way toward the Meridian area eventually, and then on into Alabama. We got some showers back down here in Lafayette and these areas here, and they could skip on down through the Hattiesburg area. We'll watch that. But the last detailed forecast that I ran showed this getting a break about 9 o'clock in the Lauderdale County area. We'll hope it'll stay true to that. Now, again, we're dealing with Mother Nature. You never know what will happen with this. Let's go back up and let me look and see what EMEPA is doing. Let me do a hard reboot on that, make sure we hadn't gotten any additional outages. We got a few more. Not a lot. We're showing some in Collinsville. Now, let's pull this up. Collinsville, 143 down here as we looked a moment ago. We now have some more folks joining the party in the dark. And this is going to be the 495 area. Yep. As this area right out through here, I think I could be one of those 13 without the power. We're on backup generator at this point. And few folks without the power, worth its weight in gold. When you need a generator when it does this. Now, EMEPA, I'm sure, has got them dispersed. I have not spoke with Julie here in the last few moments. Let me check. Sometimes I get a few messages while we're live, and nothing new there. Let me check messages over here. They kind of come from different places as we're just want to make sure we hadn't left anything out as we look at all this. Let's see here. I got a video there from Confederate Drive, and it's pouring rain in that area. I can't make it big enough to where it would show on the screen correctly. I can load it in a little bit, but Callie, thank you for sending that. That is a ton of rain in that area. Now, let me go back and check the National Weather Service and see what they have added to this. The last I got of what the National Weather Service was passing along about this was strong thunderstorm is affecting portions of northeast Newton, Kemper, southeastern Neshoba, and northwestern Lauderdale counties through about 6:30. So we got about 11 minutes what the National Weather Service is saying that could. They have had winds in excess of 40 miles an hour and pea-size hail included with this. And every bit of this was radar indicated. And then what they're urging there from the National Weather Service is to remember that this could knock out power, which is most likely caused these areas without power in Lauderdale County this afternoon. Let me see. There's nothing new on that. And again, not one warning has been issued on any of this. Doesn't change the fact we're getting tons and tons of rain, does it? As we go back to a live radar, as you can see over here at Selma, it's pretty bad across that Bama state line. Showing some breaking up now in Decatur area. It's east of Decatur, northeast of there now. And we're starting to show light showers to the east of Union finally. Union got a lot of rain a while ago. Now, we're showing this over here, the reservoir now. That's a lot of rain. And also this west side of I-20 here, all along down where the industrial park is and across this area of North Hills on out Highway 493. You'll see that there. And that's going to cross 39 as it moves over and will eventually cross 45. The worst of the rain as we go further north is going to be this northern portion of Kemper County. If you're up anywhere near Cypress Mills this afternoon, be cautious. This picks up here right at 16. And as you come across Kemper Lake, you get out here near the Spring Hill Volunteer Fire Department, it's bad. Not as bad as it is right here. It's cutting a rug at Cypress Mill. And that follows all the way into Winston County there. If you're leaving the Dollar General there and you follow this on 21 and you're going towards Sugarlock, y'all be careful. You need to just wait it out. Don't go. There's nothing that you got to be there that quick about. Wait a little bit. We're showing still, again, all of this here in Winston County, breaking up there, Kemper County, and those areas there. And always with this, and they'll start popping in just a little bit. We'll get it just never fails. We have accidents during this. One of the worst things could happen happened last night. If you were looking at any of our posts, a gentleman that was visiting from out of town was killed in the Meridian area in Marion last night. As from what I understand, he and his wife were riding a motorcycle and a deer ran out in front of them. He was killed. We pass along condolences to his family. Just awful tragedy. And we've had several wrecks today so far. Expect them to increase as we look at all this, making sure they're not anything else that popped in there. All right, that gives us a rundown of where we are on the weather at this point. Again, that's radar there. We're going to have light stuff here in Clark County, and this will eventually move out of Lauderdale County, northwestern Lauderdale County, getting it as the western side of downtown Meridian. The worst of us is riding that edge in Neshoba County, Kemper County, and also Noxubee County, pouring rain, and we can't leave out Winston, fastly approaching the city limits, Lake Teocata, those areas. Y'all be ready. You're going to get wet. If you got some clothes on the line, great time to get it all up. We'll leave you with that since there's not a warning, just an update on that, and we appreciate it. We'll be here to walk you through all this and update as power outages change and we know more and more about what's going on. We'll be in touch with EMEPA to make sure there's no other changes in that. The exact same as I just refreshed that to make sure we're still sitting at 156 people in Lauderdale County without power. No changes on that. Thank y'all so much for joining. We'll be back should the weather threaten again to keep you up to date with the very latest and whatever goes on in our neck of the woods, as so to speak. We appreciate it, and we'll be here.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: